Here to share his outlook and the best opportunities outside of the Mag 7 stocks, Intelligent Alpha founder and CEO Doug Clinton. Doug, good to see you.
Good to see you, Mike.
Coming in. So what have we learned from NVIDIA's results, its guidance, and actually everything that built into it? Because it felt as if we were getting a pretty decent picture thematically about where we are in this phase of AI.
I think it was sort of the culmination of a lot of things we've been hearing from all the AI hyperscalers for the last quarter. I mean, we've continued to hear this reiteration of we're going to spend, we're going to build. Meta raised its CapEx guidance last quarter, and now I think we're seeing it play through in NVIDIA's results last night, where even though we had this noise about China and how much could that impact mean, they still, I think, guided up, if you sort of parse the China stuff out, about 5%. And to put that into context, look at the last year of their sort of raises post-quarter, and they've generally been kind of flattish to 2%. So this was a pretty strong quarter over the history of what's happened more recently for NVIDIA.
And what else are we coming to know about either uptake, usage rates, how many iterations we're talking about, how clients are using this stuff, or is it just still in, look, headlong build data center mode?
I think it's mostly sort of this headlong build data center mode. But what I would say is, I mean, in Intelligent Alpha, we're actually building on this technology. So we're using all of the major large language models to do our stock analysis and portfolio creation. And I'll tell you what we're seeing is that every other week, it feels like, a new significant model release happens, and we have to kind of go and update how we use the technology. Because the updates are significant enough where we can do new things every other week. And so I think for us, we're happy to spend what we spend with the model providers, and I think they're starting to see more companies like us, and certainly individuals, OpenAI, adding 100 million users every month, it feels like right now, that are spending money as well.
Are there now kind of these sort of spin-off and knock-on plays that are worth looking at the moment, or is it still just kind of the obvious beneficiary?
For our perspective, I think semis is probably still the main place to be. And it's funny, the beginning of the year, there was this narrative about software. This was going to be the year for kind of AI and software. It just hasn't happened. I mean, you look at some of the companies, even ones that we own in our Livermore ETF, Adobe, Team, Atlassian, they haven't really shown that acceleration from AI yet. But I think that probably still will happen, but it might still be 6-12 months away. The semis are going to keep seeing this more immediate spend.
And then within semis then, I mean, obviously we're showing, Nvidia, Broadcom. I mean, really over the last couple of years, that's been where the upside has come. I know Marvell's going to report after the close. I mean, is there something else to be gleaned from what they say?
Maybe. Marvell, we have also in our Livermore ETF. That's one I'm a little scared kind of going in tonight, to be frank about it. The concern there is just there's been this constant sort of question about, are they going to lose some of their Amazon business on the custom chip development side? Right. And if we get a firm answer, and there's been sort of reports that they may have lost that, if we get a firm answer tonight, the stock might be ugly. I think you expand your horizon and you say, are there other opportunities for Marvell? I think there are, and so that's a name that we still do own despite that concern.
You mentioned how Nvidia has managed to kind of completely plug the gap, almost, if not entirely, of what might have been lost in terms of China. You also have these other sovereign, AI plays. What is this going to ultimately lead to? Is it going to just be all these parallel models and just, not one global standard? It's going to just be a lot of different kind of versions of this thing, or can we even say yet?
I think it's probably a little too early to tell. I think certainly we've always seen in technology that you tend to have winner take most outcomes. And I think the same will be true in the model wars. I think you could see a general winner in the closed source battle, which looks like OpenAI right now. Google maybe is in the race, Grok also. And then you'll probably have a winner in the closed source space, which Meta is trying to deliver with Llama. Then you look at the countries, right? And each country, I think, wants to have influence over how these models are going to function. So whether that means they create a variant, perhaps, of some of these models that's more localized and trained on specific data there, or they use some of the open source models, I think that's kind of what it looks like. So you might have some big winners and then they spider web out into these other applications.